Hello and welcome everyone to the Friday, August 29th edition of the Contributor Comms team meeting. As usual, a reminder that we operate under a code of conduct, which essentially says to be respectful of your fellow speakers and attendees. The cats don't pay attention to that, but you should. And generally be excellent to each other.
The cats don't listen to that one either, do they?
Sometimes they don't. I don't know if you could hear them making noise in the background, but anyway. Here at the beginning of the call, we like to offer an opportunity for anyone on the call to introduce themselves. This is totally optional. I like to start things out because I like to use it as an opportunity to explain what this meeting is. Hello, I'm Caslin Fields. My pronouns are she, her. And this is the Contributor Comms team meeting. You're probably hearing my cats.
No, I'm hearing something else. It's different. Sorry.
Cats are being a bit noisy today. This is the Contributor Comms team meeting. Our purpose here is to make sure that folks within the contributor community in open source Kubernetes know about things that are going on that they should know about, and also that folks outside of the contributor community know about the awesome work that contributors are doing, which we achieve through running a variety of social media accounts, owning a bunch of automation, theoretically owning a website that we should probably talk more about someday, and a variety of other things. And we're excited that you're here today. Anyone else want to introduce themselves? Totally optional.
Oh, hey y'all. I'm Chris Short. I'm the other co-lead of this sub-project. Very happy to be here. Pronouns are he, him. I'm currently running an open source program office for a small startup.
Anyone else like to introduce themselves? Totally optional.
Hey y'all, my name is Dave. I'm a new kind of a person interested in contributing to Kubernetes. Been a user for it for a long time, have some certifications in it, but got recently interested in the nuts and bolts of it. So yeah, just been hanging out on SIG API machinery and then just kind of looking at their issues. And then I was like, let me join this one too. Maybe I'll get some more information about contributing and stuff. So
welcome. We're excited to have you. That is very much how it goes. You start joining some SIG meetings and eventually you start learning what's going on.
Yeah. It's a great strategy.
Anyone else want to introduce themselves? Totally optional. I just posted the link to the notes again in the chat. If you want to go in and add yourself, please do as an attendee. And then last housekeeping, two more housekeeping items. I always miss that. One is note taker. So we always like to ask for a volunteer to take notes during the call. The role of the note taker is just to follow along with the discussion and write down notes as best you can about what we talked about. Folks will jump in and add little bits and pieces around, but it's good to have someone kind of focused on doing that. So is anyone up for being note taker today?
Notes by committee.
Notes by committee it is. And the last housekeeping item is that this is a very casual call. So if you missed the opportunity to introduce yourself at the beginning and you want to later, feel free. If you have any questions along the way, you don't understand what something is, please do ask. We're more than happy to explain. Probably do that more than I should and take up all the time in the meeting, but I think it's useful. And that's it for housekeeping items. So we can move on into our agenda. Which opens up with messages of the week. So, what's going on in the contributor community right now? Thank you so much to everyone who contributed to messages of the week last week, where we introduced this new fancy sheet, very similar to
Oh,
our other
fancy.
sheets. Yeah. And thank you so much to everyone who contributed to this. Swati and Avni, you got these messages written up and we got them sent out, and it's incredible. So thank you so much for contributing to this. Looks like there's yes, news about new working groups is one thing that we put on here, but we didn't put any messages out about. It's kind of a flexible one, so we could move that into this week and maybe do more on it. Any other things going on this week or now that we think we need to talk about this week on our social media platforms? We talked about the election last week. We did a call for Maintainer Summit registration last week. And we mentioned the
Nothing
CFP
about the
being
new
open.
release?
No.
Or is that like not usually handled by comms?
Release team has a comms person, but yeah, I don't recall approving anything unless it was somebody that had approval.
We auto post the blog about it, which kind of counts.
Yeah, I mean, there's an ongoing thread about, you remember the part of the retro, and we're having another retro next week about having the comms person or the release lead even having a tighter communication with our comms team. But apart from that, yeah, it's exactly like that because the blog and everything else is approved elsewhere. So since we repost, it's not strictly needed, but it would be good to have a tighter collaboration. So yeah, that's being partially considered in that retro PR that I've worked on, and I'll actually share a link later today in the YouTube channel.
Thank you, Frederica. Mario, you also had your hand up for a minute. Did you think of something?
Yeah, Maintainer Summit schedule is out. People can now self-nominate until 9th of September for becoming a steering member. And I forgot the last one.
I'm trying to remember.
Self-nomination. What are you trying to remember?
I don't know. There
If you
was
could
a third
remember it,
thing.
you would say.
Like Mario's third thing, I swear. Like it, I'm just kind of lost. Hang on. Let me go back and look at the APAC meeting notes. Okay.
And we really should ask for Slack admins.
Oh, okay.
Because there was a PR open for 1 month and eventually
Auto close.
Jiffy merged it.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's not his job.
Yeah, not anymore. But so that brings up a good point, and we could talk about it now or later. Take your pick. Let's talk about it now then.
Slack? Oh,
No,
the updates and big wins?
No. The moderation stuff in general. So yeah, I went spelunking into all the docs, of course, and when you stumble across the current list of moderators, which I'll put in the notes now that I have it, a lot of it is folks that are no longer really part of the project. So yeah, there's definitely some work that needs to be done here.
There are so many pages.
There's
probably update.
I know, but like just because, you know, I've looked at it, right? Like, let's see. I don't think
You know what's funny?
Oh, what?
KDS.dev has a different list, and this is
Of course it
even
does.
older.
Yes, it's even older. That was the other thing. There, thank you. Yeah, like the one on the website is quite different than the one on GitHub. So I defaulted to GitHub knowing that the two are disconnected and not exactly accurate all the time. But even then, it's listing a lot of people that may or may not still be involved in the project, right? Like George is still listed as a Slack admin. So is Jiffy. So is Bob. I mean, I guess Bob could be. Um, yeah, like some of these people I haven't even seen around lately either. And of course, Zoom admins was my particular focus. It says we have 6 administrator seats, but it lists like 10 people. And some of those haven't been around a long time either. So yeah. Fun.
Yep. Work for the co-chairs. We've been trying to figure out a time to meet. I think was that to work on this, and we've just been having
No.
awful time.
This was not to work on this. This was to work on refactoring our backlog of moving stuff towards what's it called? Subproject reorganization. I
Oh
said
yeah.
I wanted to work on a couple of stuff in our website in our docs because we have a lot of not updated and not up to date stuff, and people are lost when they try to create things, for example, for working groups and stuff like this. So yes, we need to update this. And the problem is that technically this whole moderator thing is another topic that we should need to cover, and we need to recruit people fast, because if we do a cleanup, I think we will be left with one person.
Yep. We're going to be in pretty rough shape if we clean it up.
I mean, that doesn't change what's actually happening. That's just documenting what we actually have.
Right. Good fun.
Yeah. Not to mention the mailing list migration, which we should probably take another look at. And since it seems like not everybody has migrated, there's all sorts of work to be done, always. But those are more ContribEx things, though moderation is related to comms, of course. Not something that we usually focus on, but
no.
valid.
And, you know, if we need comms about adding people, I don't, you know, obviously we should keep that to the mailing lists if possible, but who knows?
All right. So yeah, definitely something we should look at. And I saw your note about your interest in being a Zoom admin. Yeah, we should really get that going.
Yeah, I filed the issue this morning. Been meaning to do it, and I finally realized at my 10:45 reminder that it was time to do that.
It would be nice to hold like a regular moderators meeting led by the co-chairs where we could like say hello. Who from the moderators can show up? Do you know what you're supposed to be doing? Can we help you find anything?
Are you still a moderator?
World.
Are you still? Oh wait, you haven't shown up for a year. Maybe we should remove you from the list.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Since all of that work is typically done async, they don't have like SIG meetings or sub-project meetings like we do. Typically, at least I've never known them to. They just kind of fall off into the ether and you don't see it because it was all online anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Good things to think about. Thank you for that. Any other... What should I ask for? Any new items that folks have seen around? Anyone asking for our help? I don't think I've seen anything.
I have not.
Oh, an update though. The SIG multi-cluster survey.
When does that close?
So we had talked about a timeline of it closing on September 22nd, I believe.
Okay.
Yep, it goes on for a month. So according to the spreadsheet where I'm typing out the posts as well, the final posts go out in September 22nd.
Cool.
We have that link right here. What's that? Yeah, there we go. So you can take a look at the plan for that. We sent out, the second round of messages this week. Oh, was there another
Yeah.
set that we were going to send out on Wednesday? Oops.
No, I think we've been sending out messages every Monday.
Yeah.
Let me just see. Yeah, we have a weekly reminder scheduled every Monday.
That works for me.
Yeah.
As long as we're getting the message out there. I think it's been getting a good amount of attention. I've been seeing folks reposting it and liking it and stuff like that. So I don't know how many responses they've gotten. I don't think we can see, but I'd be very curious. I also
We can
posted it
probably
on
reach
Reddit.
out and ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody wants to do that in the Slack channel, I believe that they're in there. It was it Laura Lauren? And
Yep, Laura was in
Yes.
the meeting with us that day.
there was one other person who I just met for the first time in that meeting. So
I forgot her name. I think her name was Priya. Let me just check. Her name was in
Yes.
the.
yeah, she's also in the chat. I think she popped into
Yeah,
our comms channel as well. So if
yep.
somebody wants to ping them and be like, "Hey, how's it going? Do we need to push harder on the socials?" I'd imagine that they've gotten a good amount of responses, but I wonder.
Yeah, I'll just reach out to them.
Thank you. Very much appreciate that. So that's the multi-cluster server survey socials project. We also have the KubeCon socials project. Let's see. Can I find that link quickly? Hey. There it is. Here we go. Now easy to find in the notes, hopefully. So looking at the KubeCon North America, this is, oh, yes. Thank you, Susan, who is not here today, but Susan
I'm
updated
here. I was
the.
just late.
Oh,
Oh,
welcome.
surprise.
Hello.
Welcome and thank you.
Thanks.
For updating the dates on these. So I think these are ready to go, right? Because we've got the schedule, so these should
Yep,
be the
they are good
accurate
to go.
dates.
I will do
Yeah,
another
good for
run
folks to
through.
start contributing.
Awesome. I'll do another run through of the schedule closer to the event in case anything has changed or been added. But as of the initial schedule, this is good to go.
Perfect. Yeah, things don't change around too often. Yes, so if you are new to our community, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to get involved. The idea here is we have this spreadsheet of posts that we want to make about KubeCon North America, which is coming up in November. And so there's a description on each one of these about what the post should be about. And there's tons of examples going back. How far do these go back? 2021.
Oh, God. Yeah.
There's so many.
Long time.
So if you want examples, we've probably posted something similar before. You can go back and check those out. We don't prevent folks from using AI to create these, but we do probably usually edit them to make them a little less looking like they came from AI.
Yeah.
We can always rediscuss that policy, but that has been our policy thus far, is if you want to ask the AI to generate the post for you based on the description, we want you to contribute and we want to have these posts. So, so do take a look at that spreadsheet. Anyone is welcome. You don't have to worry about getting them into the actual social media platforms. We'll handle that for you. We just need the posts written.
Mhm.
Any questions about KubeCon posts or the multi-cluster survey socials or any of that?
Oh yeah, I just asked Laura on multi-cluster if the survey was getting good responses and whether we might need to change the strategy based on that.
Did she respond immediately?
No, not yet.
Okay, good.
I just sent it out
Okay.
like 2 minutes ago. I don't think she's online right now.
But thank you so much for doing that. That'll be good. Cool. So we didn't think of any new items. Did we catch everything with messages of the week that we know about?
That we know about.
Probably.
Yeah.
Should probably check the CNCF website to see what they've got going on. If there's anything that we need to talk about. At some point, we're going to need to start talking about the Kubernetes takeover of the project pavilion. Is that nailed in,
Oh yeah.
Mario?
Yeah, it is. It is, and also meet and greet. I already also have time slots for it. I just need
But
to
are they on the
write.
schedule?
They will
Right.
be on the schedule.
Okay.
Okay,
They
not
are
on the
not
schedule.
yet. They are not yet on the schedule because they are missing a written piece of description to go on the schedule, which I need to write. But it will be 1 hour before booth crawl. Will be the Kubernetes
Nice.
takeover thing, so it's not colliding with booth crawl. And the meet and greet will be on the second day afternoon. It will collide with governing board meeting. Obviously.
Of course it will.
Of course.
Yeah, I tried,
So it
but
goes.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Schedules are. There's so much stuff going on during KubeCon. It's just
By the way,
Mhm.
we have a problem, Kesslin, or this is something that I need to raise with the
one.
event. Yeah.
You act like this is new.
Good news! Yay!
Sorry for digressing, but our ContribEx maintainer track session is happening while the Kubernetes
Of
thing
course.
is happening. So I need to reschedule.
Okay.
I need to try to get our session rescheduled.
I have an idea on that. We can talk about it after. We don't need to record that. Try to remind me if you're still around at the end of the meeting, and I'll tell you
I
about
will
my
leave
idea on that.
early because
Okay.
there's
Ping me on Slack then.
yeah.
Ping me on Slack to remind me, because otherwise everything is gone at the end of this meeting.
Oh
It's
gosh.
the end of this meeting. It's 9 a.m. and I cannot remember anything that happened during it. So. All right, so I think we've gone through our main schedule then. Are about 30 minutes in, which is great time. So let's talk about the board, I think. So there is something in the PR review column. I think the working group policy spotlight blog is the one that's kind of blocked because the working group dissolved.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we were going to post it anyway and just clarify like this is gone now, but
Hmm.
okay, so it looks like Arujaval made updates based on Tim Bannister's suggestions, but they need a publishing
Yeah.
date. This is often where it gets stuck.
Mm.
Should I add him? Probably.
Arujal's in the meeting. Arujal, can you speak?
Well, I was going to add KTF. Let me Kubernetes that.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, never mind.
But yes, Arujal also.
What
Did you want to give
a-
any updates on this beyond what I sent?
No, I have already updated the blog. Now it's, I think it's upon the docs team to publish.
Yeah.
Was Tim Bannister's? I thought it was SF Tim on
No,
GitHub?
he
Was it always
changed
Let
it.
Me
He
Kubernetes
He
there for you?
changed it.
Okay,
He changed.
Yeah.
gotcha. Confused. Like that is all right. Thank you, Rujval, for working on this. You know how these go. You've done a bunch of them. So. I know a couple of you all were interested in helping out the blog review team. That is SF Tim or Let Me Kubernetes That For You's domain. We do still need help there, as indicated by the lack of publishing date on this. So definitely check that out. Hang out with SIG docs, learn what they need. All right, back to the board then. If there's nothing else on that Spotlight blog. In preliminary review, we have the Security Response Committee post. Got auto closed.
Yeah.
Federico, are you still planning to work on this one, or do you want to put
I
it
mean,
in?
I have zero feedback,
Oh.
so it's
This happens sometimes.
I didn't move it yet because I'm it's very definitive to move it to canceled or to on hold, but I think that's the actual reality. So I've sent emails to the email lists. I've contacted through Slack. There seems to be some interests individually, but it's very hard to. So there's no Slack channel for the team. So
Right.
I need to have an answer from some admin, and that really isn't happening. So I would just move it to on hold or something until we at least find someone that knows someone that can unblock things.
We could either put it in blocked and waiting or put it back into the to-do column if somebody wants to pour their energy into talking to those people. To do or blocked hold? What do you prefer, Federico?
Yeah, to do. I mean, this is not an individual thing, right? So if someone tomorrow works on that team or knows someone from that team or just wants to give it another try, it's
You're welcome.
open. So yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I might like every month still try to my luck, but for the last 3 months, it wasn't really something that gave any results. So yeah.
Understandable. Your next one that has been closed as not planned is the SIG architecture spotlight. Is this the umbrella issue where you were
Yeah, it
doing a
is.
bunch of?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still on my second week of vacation, so I haven't been able to actually move things around that. I'm still planning on doing the final issue, the one around everything else. I need to talk with Dims about that one. But I mean, we had 6 of articles there. And yeah, the only thing that's dependent is the one that I transliterated like 3 months ago, and that I need confirmation of the current state by the author, and that's taking more time. But yeah, I mean that one is still ongoing, and I will put a life cycle thing there just to open it.
Cool. Sounds good. So you're waiting for a response
Yeah.
from the person. Where do you want that? Preliminary review? Sounds like that's the accurate column.
Yeah, but not really, because preliminary review is for our own eyes, right? So I'm
Yeah.
essentially still
In progress?
waiting on something. So in progress is a good one, yes.
Cool. I've moved it there. Do you want the link to it?
Well, I can go to the board later
That's true.
when I can see. Yeah, no worries.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. The next thing in preliminary review is a spotlight on SIG Kate's infra. Akansha was working on that. Federico, do you have any updates on that? That was in February, so I'm guessing this just got kind
Yeah.
of dropped.
That is the one that's. I mean, I haven't been able to get the link again for that. So I've contacted the author, and I mean, surely I was given it at some point in time. But when we talked about this one again in like 2 months ago, I went back and tried to get the link because I didn't have had it in my Slack messages. I didn't get any answer. So that's my problem right now, is that I don't have the HackMD link to that, and I can't get it from the person that sent it to me. I mean, and maybe I didn't try enough, but I sent a couple of messages.
Alrighty, so I think that one goes back into to do.
Yeah, which is a pity because it was done. So I, at the very least, we should get the Google Docs thing, and I'll investigate that one once I'm back in normal shape, which is a couple of days from now. So worst case scenario, I think that we can take the content out of the Google Docs stage, because then we would have already had the answers, and we wouldn't have to get them again.
Oh, like the actual interview?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Because typically, I mean, this I think almost surely followed our typical pattern, right? That we start with the Google Doc, then we go into HackMD, and then we open the PR. I don't have the link to HackMD anymore, but uh, I mean, maybe there's a link to the Google Docs that I can extract from some of the people that were interviewed, for example.
Yeah, it's pretty old at this point, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we will have to check them. We can do like this. If we can't find it, we can check the content. We can review it again with the people that were interviewed and add any updates if needed, for example.
Yeah, this is true, which would hopefully be faster than doing a new one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the. I mean, I would give it that go, and we can uh, review it again 1 week from now. If we have something new 1 week from now, that's great. If not, it's back to do.
Alrighty. Next thing then is adding LinkedIn to Kates.io and Kates.dev.
Oh my
Was that
gosh.
This
Is
is
that
actually in
still?
review?
This is
That's
blocked.
well, is it? Because I thought they worked around it. No, never mind. It's blocked.
I mean, I think for KDS.io it's done. I think it's blocked for KDS.dev. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Let me.
My last comment in July was that we thought Sayak was working on this, and it has a
And he
thumbs up
did for
from Sayak.
Case.io.
Yeah, he is.
Um,
And he says that he needs to update Kubernetes IO a couple of more times, and once this is updated, then we can basically update KDS.dev a couple of times because we needed to be in the newest version for
font awesome. Yeah. But I thought for the
Yeah, we talked about
Kates.io site, he just plugged it into the lock file and off we went. Which
I don't know.
yeah,
I mean,
I can
the
I
problem
can
is
check
that
pretty quick.
I mean the problem is that it's a combined issue.
Right.
Because KDS.dev and KDS.io are different websites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll just leave that there then. I could ping Sayak about it, but
Yeah, give me a
I guess I
second.
might as
Let me
well.
go look. No.
I gave him a reminder there. I think it's good to leave that in the preliminary review column, even though it is actually blocked. But I feel like blocked is a dead column that we don't get to very often. So I'm going to leave it there because it feels a little bit more in progress than that. Just not by someone who's usually on our meetings. Moving
Right.
on to the next item, there is a steering spotlight blog that Arpit has been working on.
Yeah.
And we were going to publish that alongside the election. What's up?
I mean, maybe Arpit is here and he can provide additional feedback, but I can tell the things that were done at the PR level. So I've pushed the date to somewhere in early September. I've made all the changes that were suggested at the PR, namely the name, because this was being titled as a six steering, which obviously isn't the case, right? So that was an
Yeah.
obvious one that got past my initial review. I've added a couple of more links about these three on the PR. I followed Tim's suggestion of keeping them, adding a draft header in the YAML header. So if it gets merged, then we just need another PR to remove the draft header and it will go out, assuming that there are no further comments apart from those that were identified until now and that I've reflected in the current commit.
Sounds good. Do you want me to re-request review from Tim or just let this be for now?
I mean, Tim is not. If you think that's helpful, obviously. Since I've replied to
You
Tim,
think that's
I'm assuming that he got the feedback. Obviously, he has more than enough to on his plate, but in general, he's quite responsive. So whatever you think it's more useful. We still have a couple of days until the publication date, but yeah.
Looks like he last commented on this 28 days ago, which is quite a while ago, but I'll leave that to you. If it gets stuck, then we'll get it moving again. All right, I'm excited for that one. It's an excellent time for it. Moving on to in progress, spotlight on SIG off. Looks like you were working on this one, Federico. Oh no, Avni showed
We're
interest.
waiting on
Yep.
feedback, and
Oh.
Avni actually was being quite active in tracking the time that it takes for getting the answers. Since there was a release last week, I mean, I think it's understandable that we haven't got the traction, and also it's August, depending on where the interviewers are. This can be a bit more challenging, but we are at that stage. We are insisting with the interviewers in terms of the people interviewed in terms of getting the answers.
Sounds good. Avni, do you want to add anything? Good status update?
Yeah, sorry, I can't see. I can't raise my hand or see who's on the meeting because I'm still driving to and from places. So apologies if it comes out as rude. Sorry.
Oh no, you're perfect. You are the lead of that area.
Yes, yes.
All right. Sounds like that's probably good then. Feel free to post stuff in the chat or whatever if you wanted to say more about it. Looking forward to it. And there was a SIG doc spotlight that Arpit was working on. He wanted to get it going after KubeCon. I think that was KubeCon EU. That's the last update that we have. So I think Arpit's focused on the steering one right now, though. So this is probably kind of on hold. And I keep telling him to do a kubectl spotlight. He hasn't done that. So waiting for steering and docs to be done. It's lower on the list. That's okay. I'm going to put that over in Blocked and Waiting. And the SIG doc spotlight as well, I think. Cool. SIG storage spotlight. I created it last month. I have no memory of this. Why didn't I give myself more information than that?
Oh boy.
I remember Darshan wanted to work on it.
Who was it?
Darshan?
Oh. You would think I
Yes.
would have tagged him
So
in here.
that would be an update on because we already had I remember working on a six-star spotlight, but it was years ago. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Darshan is part of SIG storage, so he was saying that he could do this one, so I'll ping him. Seems like it'll take a while. And then the last thing in the in progress column is the SIG architecture spotlight article that I just moved there. Very good. We got 15 minutes left. Looking at the to-do column, there's a few things that we moved in there today. The idea of a new contributor story blog series. We might relate that to the work Arpit is doing with videos. It's just one of those ideas that's evergreen if somebody wanted to pour their energy into it. New contributor orientation blog. Arpit made one that was giant. I don't know what happened to that. Moving on. Spotlight
Jeez.
on SIG apps, just one of the spotlights that's available. Had all use cases for Zapier automation. Are we still waiting on diagrams for that?
No,
We decided in June that
diagrams.
there was.
Diagrams are going to be a bridge too far, I think, for every single one.
Yeah.
I do have a really good. So, step back a second. I was trying to figure out ways for AI to make the diagrams for us. The best, I could do with the Zapier MCP server and the various tools that are available for managing Zapier through that MCP server. It can't really dive into the individual things and enumerate everything, but it can see like the overarching list of zaps and like their names and what happens, that kind of thing. So I have an overview doc somewhere in this sea of tabs that I shared once, but I think I shared it with YouTube admins first. So I'll dig that up real quick, and maybe that's just what we add for now.
I think that's the first I've heard of a product having a MCP tool available. Are AI tools the new
server.
plugins?
Yeah. So it like Zapier does have MCP available. Yeah, here it is. I found it. So let me download that real quick.
Interesting.
And what you do is you create like your own instance of an MCP, and then you enable some it's like a Zapier admin kind of service thing that Zapier creates. And once you add that, it can actually look at stuff. I guess the big question now is, where do we want it now that I have it? And I'll probably need to go back and set it up to be more automated somehow.
Sounds like a SIG infra question.
Yeah, I know. No, actually, we don't need any infrastructure to do it. We probably
okay.
just need, or I need, to document how I generated it, basically. And then we can go from there.
Well, I'll add a comment about that. Exploring
Yeah.
generation
Thank
of
you.
architecture diagrams.
So diagrams, like I said, are not going to happen. It's more just Zapier documentation. And I can actually, if I remember how to share this, I'll drop it in the comms channel for now. Since I don't think you can share a markdown file through Zapier.
That is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a fun project.
Yeah, and it's all in markdown. It's there's some details in here about each individual Zap and kind of organized as well. So it's helpful. I just need to document the process for creating it, and we can manage it accordingly. Because I think we have more Zaps than what we had at the beginning of August already.
Active. Active is good.
Yes.
All right. So I think that's the comment, exploring generation of documentation via Zapier MCP.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that works.
Yeah. If you have resources that you want to share for folks to review or look at, please do let us know.
Yeah, I had Chad take a look at it because Chad and I have been talking about this on the side, and I was trying to do a bunch of diagram type things, but the actual function that Zapier created to do like the admin stuff, it can't like enumerate that for some reason yet. So, might reach out to a friend over there, maybe.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Fun problem to look at. We have less than 10 minutes left. We have a couple more spotlights on here. We have various access audits, the evergreen. We should probably take a look at what owners we have in owners files and things like that. Every now and then we actually do something about it. And then a couple more spotlights. So that's all for the to-do column, and that's pretty much the board. Anything else folks want to add, or anything else folks want to talk about? If not, we could actually end a few minutes early. I did put in on the messages of the week sheet. We should probably work on that. Oh no, what did I do?
Oh boy.
Oh.
I don't have the Zoom window focused. What did you do?
I tried to move a tab and failed at it.
Oh, whoops.
Hopefully it didn't look strange. Hopefully I'm still sharing the right window. So I started to write descriptions, maintain your summit schedule, additional reminder about the election. We mentioned the release. I don't know if we want to say anything else about the release, but folks are welcome to post about the release.
Yeah, why not?
Put it on the list. If somebody wants to claim it and write it, please do. And this is contributor facing. This is also contributor facing. This could be end user facing. So yeah, if you want to take on some work and write a social media post, please do take a look at those. With that, I think I might end our call for today. I have a slide deck of social media tips that we need to go over, Chris. And
Yeah,
I mentioned last time, I was like, hope I'll have it ready for next time. I didn't. Maybe next time.
Yes.
Oh, also, I'm going to be out next week. I'm traveling.
Oh, okay. Well,
I will be out the week after next week.
But you'll be here next week?
Next week. I think so.
We'll both be here next week, so I think we're good.
All right. Also, a reminder, if you're interested in leading this meeting, let us know. We're more than happy for anyone to lead the meeting. It doesn't have to be a sub-project lead who leads the meetings. I just do it because it's fun. But I'd love for more people to have the opportunity. So if you want to, just let us know. We usually like for folks to do their first meeting hosting with one of us around so that we can help back you up and make sure that you get hit all the points that you need to hit.
Yep.
And with that, we'll end about 5 minutes early. I'll turn off the recording.
Wow.
And we'll say goodbye to our friends on YouTube. Thanks for joining today, everyone. Bye, YouTube.